Okay, we are back. Sorry. I think now it's better. I can already see it. I can already see it on my end. Yeah, sorry, we had a huge delay. I lowered the bitrate and I also changed the properties of the camera. So now it should be good. Apologies, folks. Apologies. It's always a technical problem with stuff. Okay, let's get into drawing and stuff. Okay, cool. So yeah, thanks for staying. Thanks for waiting. So today we're going to use some watercolor paper by this company. I found this company through researching what, and please don't laugh, I found this company by figuring out what Mobius used in terms of paper. So yeah, that's how I found this. And you can actually buy this in hot and cold press. And so far I tested the hot press and I really like the hot press. So we're gonna work on this today. Okay. There you go. I think everything works now. Sorry, folks. It was just the delay really annoyed me last time. So now everything should be good. It is relatively expensive, yes. I think I paid $26 just for this stack of paper, which is really expensive for paper. So I actually want to paint today, so that's why I also got out the expensive paper. You know, only the best for you, folks. Only the best. But right now I'm not really sure. I probably start with a simple thing. It's always good to start simple. It's always the best. It's always the best to do. It's always the best to do. Okay. How about one continuous bold line? Uh, hey, how's it going? Alongside with your kitten. Okay. I hope you mean a cat with that. Just kidding. What's up? Hey, big boss. Wie geht's? How's it going? Hi, Dylan. How are you? Letzter Schultag heute. Geil. Und geht's dir gut mit dem Gefühl letzten Schultag? Was sind so deine Pläne für Weihnachten? Chillen, malen, zocken? I'm gonna start with some ink, and then I'm going to take some watercolor, and then I will paint in with watercolor. And and then see how it goes. Maybe then I just go watercolor directly. Whatever suits me today and my mood. And you, are you drawing as well? So everyone who's new here, feel free to ask whatever question. Also, feel free to just draw along. I don't turn on any music, so everyone can listen to their own music. And and also the whole license music thing, right? Besides that, feel free to draw and have some chill time. And feel free to interact. Yeah, I try to keep it as loose as possible, since I also just started drawing in a way today because I only had students. So, I mean, without downgrading that, but I mostly paint and draw digital when I do my teaching calls, and it's really different from doing any traditional stuff. You know what? I just realized that I let one light off. Let me just turn it on. I wonder if that changes anything. Relatively little, but anyways, I try my best. Ja, pass schön auf, Pablo. Hast du so ein Tintenfass oder? Yeah, right. Also, I think sometimes we really forget that digital is just a tool, right? First thing we learn is to write our name with pen and paper. Ähm, 30 Millimeter, Milliliter. Ja, ich kenne die. Yeah, but it still doesn't feel the same, right, Dylan? Yeah, you know, like I want to touch the paper, you know? I want to feel the texture. The feedback with a pen is just different. Yeah. In digital, there's this promise that you can fix it. Yeah, that's true. So, any plans for Christmas, anyone? Any specific, besides the classical being with family and eating all day? Hey, Tubira, how's it going? Mr. Janos sounds so old. Just chilling, taking time off for Christmas. That's nice. Yeah, same for me. Taking 3 days off, seeing my family, eating, trying not to eat too much. You know, that you not feel like the food is knocking you out, so to speak. Okay, because the question will come, for today I will take a Kutaro brush. I like this one because it has a pretty good size. I think this is size number 2, so it's not the smallest one. But yeah, I will take this one. And for the watercolor that I'm choosing, I still choose my old palette here. It's a Schminky watercolor. Here, is set by Schminky. And can it focus? Yeah. So it's pretty used. Actually, my mom gave this to me when I started with art. You see, the colors are almost empty. So please, someone reach out to Schminky. I need a sponsorship. I need new colors. Okay. All right, let's do this. I forgot one last thing. What name? My name? Janosch. Yeah. No worries, so the story of my life. Basically, every teacher called me, not everyone, but I would say 9 out of 10 teachers called me wrong. So I'm used to it. So I'm just mixing the color for the skin. It's always good also to have like second paper next to your paper you're doing, because then you can see how the watercolor tone looks on the paper. That's just what I've learned while trying this here. It's just useful because sometimes the brush tricks you a bit. I have a bit of a random question. I was wondering, what does it mean when somebody says an artist is a good draftsman? I assume that it has to do with being technically proficient. I think it's referred to how they draw. So I would say it's kind of like how good they are in technicality when it comes to drawing. Because, you know, like some artists, they paint purely. Some people, they don't even draw, they draw with the paints. Some people focus on ink, focus on the line, you know. No problem. The watercolor brands. Okay, sorry. I'm such a narcissist. I think every question is about me. Sorry, Dylan. I apologize. No, it's Schminky, yeah. I'm running out of green. Is there any type of German Christmas dinner? So I don't know if there's like some specific German one. How my family is doing it, usually we are having on the 24th we have like potato salad and sausages as a quick. That was like something that we had for years. Like now my parents don't eat meat anymore, so it also changed. And then we would have like classical. We would either have a turkey, or we would have a duck with red cabbage and sauerkraut and all that. But nothing special that is particular German, I would say. How's it for you, Dylan? Like, I don't even know where you're from, but potato salad and sausage is confirmed as German? Okay. Well, I guess it is then. How about you? From Canada, okay. So, what do you have in Canada? Turkey as well? Jiba reminds me of Jiba. What is Jiba? Traditional North American is turkey, mashed potatoes, Brussels sprouts, salad, and stuffing. Nice. Another one is vegetable dish. Nice. Yeah, we kind of like have something similar. We have also mashed potatoes, but we have more cabbage, stuffing as well. Yeah. And then we eat from this like over the next 2 to 3 days. Yeah, yeah. I always thought that since Thanksgiving is not too far away from Christmas, right? It's relatively similar. Mhm. You in my work. Dun, dun, dun. It's so interesting how paper makes a difference in how the color of the watercolor comes through, right? This expensive paper, I feel like the look of the watercolor is so much better on the non-watercolor paper. What blank ink are you using? Looks like it dried fast. Isn't it bleeding? Yo, I use carbon ink. It's called. I can show you this. Yeah. Carbon ink. And it dries relatively fast. And by the way, welcome to the stream, Sleeping Zero. Okay, now I need some blue, 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 blue. That's too dark. Right, and the paper has seizing on it. Yeah, yeah. Like, since I have no classical traditional training, all these experiences are relatively new, which is great. I love it. Kind of like love the fact that I started with digital my career. So now I can learn much more about traditional. Mm. That's good to know. You tend to buy, dude. You don't know like how it looks in my table. Like I have a full drawer just full with pens, and it actually shows like I have a freaking pen addiction. I think. Hey Krishna, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? You seem to like really drawing hats and headwear lately. I'm wondering, is there a reason for it? I wish I could tell you that. I wish I would know, but I don't know, to be honest. Somehow, recently, I don't know. I go out on the street and I look at people wearing hats, and I always start to imagine in what I would do with the stuff they have on their head. And then when I come home and I draw, then somehow it's always ending up drawing hats in a way. So also, I caught myself being too, like, that drawing hair got a bit boring in a way. Like, just the stuff I drew before was more boring. And I feel like if I give them a hat, I can add more creative nonsense to the drawing, if that makes sense. So yeah, it just gives me so much more potential. Because I don't want to, like, I don't want to draw people like a third eye all the time or something. Like, I want them to keep their beautiful faces, but I would like to add something to them in a way, design-wise. So that's kind of like the thing. My go-to pens are fine micro pens. Nice. Yeah, they're pretty nice. The only thing I don't like about the Micron pens, for example, I find they're relatively hard on the tip. If that makes sense. I would prefer Stella pens then. Sorry. German Pens are solid. Machst du eigentlich bei so Malwettbewerben mit? Nee, mache ich nicht. Wieso? Wieso fragst du? Hey Ned, how's it going? How's the weather in Brazil? Yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like drawing these hats is just gives me so much potential to express a bit of weirdness, I would say. Oh, du bist viel zu nett. Danke, Pablo. Ähm, nee, habe ich tatsächlich auch so nie drüber nachgedacht, um ehrlich zu sein. Immer wenn ich meine Sachen sehe, dann denke ich, so ist alles furchtbar und ich, keine Ahnung, es ist ganz komisch, weißt du? Weil auf der einen Seite, ich habe so Momente, wo ich denke, okay, ich mag das. Und dann am nächsten Tag ist meine Stimmung komplett. Ich fühle mich schon wirklich schizophren teilweise. Das wird dir wahrscheinlich auch irgendwann so gehen. Oder vielleicht geht es dir auch so. Aber ich fühle mich da echt ein bisschen schizo, dass ich dann so wie so zwei, drei Persönlichkeiten habe, weißt du? Wo ich denke, so ein Tag ist mal okay, ein Tag ist weniger scheiße, ein Tag ist richtig scheiße. Ähm, ja. Und ich glaube auch, ich weiß nicht, keine Ahnung. Ich habe da nie wirklich drüber nachgedacht, weil ich glaube, um an so einem Wettbewerb teilzunehmen, müsste ich wahrscheinlich mir erstmal überlegen, was ich davon erwarte, wenn ich das mache. Also ich denke mal so Reach und mehr Bekanntheit zu kriegen, wäre schon cool. Also ich hätte schon gerne ein besseres Standing als Traditional Artist so, weil gefühlt habe ich eigentlich nur das, was ich so aus meinen digitalen Sachen habe, weil ich halt, wie gesagt, in der Industrie gearbeitet habe, so viele Jahre und halt auch, ich sag mal, damit halt mein Geld verdiene, aber so ein Standing als Traditional Artist wäre schon cool. Ja. Ich habe neben mir, da wo ich wohne, so ein kleines Museum und oder so eine kleine Galerie eigentlich und die haben so richtig schöne hohe Decken und manchmal haben die so Bilder, die sie ausstellen und ich versuche mir dann mal vorzustellen, wie meine Bilder da fitten würden und dann denke ich immer so, boah, Alter, ich mal viel zu klein. So, weil in der Galerie, da würdest du jetzt so ein A4-Blatt ja in so einem Frame packen und dann würdest du an eine Wand packen und dann laufen die Leute da einmal an den Wänden lang und das war's. Ich müsste halt irgendwie größer arbeiten. Aber gib mir mal noch ein paar Jahre. Ich glaube so, vielleicht so in 10 Jahren bin ich vielleicht ganz gut. Und wenn nicht, dann nicht. Draufgeschissen. Willst du denn mal an so Sachen teilnehmen? Thank you, Ned. Do you feel better lately? So tired and jet lagged. Oh, how's the time difference to France? Then just sleep, I guess. ...4 hours, but my flight was cancelled and postponed twice. I'm sitting too far too long. Yeah, I imagine like traveling that long is probably... How long is the travel time? Hab einmal an einen teilgenommen, aber ein kleiner, also stadtmäßig, wurde da zweiter Platz, aber danach nie wieder. Nice, klingt voll gut. Und was waren so deine Erfahrungswerte davon? Würdest du es nochmal machen? Oh ja, happy related birthday. An 11-hour flight. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not too relaxing. Yeah, I know. Like the way I talk is really good for if you want to fall into sleep. So this is what perfection looks like. Hey, Quiet Papa, how's it going? How are you doing? Nee, ich mag es nicht, richtige Bilder zu machen. Also ich bin eher Fan davon, kleine Sachen zu machen, ohne richtig nachzudenken. Ja, kann ich völlig verstehen. Ich meine, alleine für die Erkenntnis war es ja schon, hat sich das schon gelohnt eigentlich, oder? I wish you would sing a lullaby because there's so much sound. It's nice to see you're losing the fear of watercolors. Yeah, thank you. I realized that also. Yeah, it's just by the only way to get away from this is just by doing it again and again and again. No way around this. But I guess it was more respect, mutual respect rather than fear. But thank you for the compliment. Yeah, probably. The therapy you're giving me. My eyeliner is pro level, yeah. True. I had a lot of practice. Just looking for some warm accent for the pattern. Guess I go for this one. So what's the plan in Brazil? What are you doing in Brazil? Anything you're looking forward to? Do you have a gallery of eyeliner makeups? Eyeliner styles? Food, dentist, Christmas, food. I love how you throw dentist in there. Hi, Charmaine. How are you? Your clothing and fashion designs in your art are really great. I'm wondering what made you interested in drawing fashionable clothing and what kind of reference to use for inspiration. Mostly stuff I see on Pinterest or on the street. Either way, but more Pinterest because I don't get out of my art out of my art cave so much. And why? I don't know. I don't really know. Like recently, there's some sort of connection where I feel that I can express myself more through not drawing just faces or just people. You know, I feel like it's kind of like the evolution of where I started from drawing traditionally, where I only drew like anatomy and figures and people in underwear and bikinis and all that. And now moving over to fashion, you know? And also like I show more and more, so maybe one day you maybe see full figure. See, tell you should go into fashion. Should I make a spell for you? Sure, do it. Yes, you did. You see, I'm listening. Not always, but most of the time. Okay, let this dry. Need to wait for a second. Yeah, my pleasure. I'm happy if it was helpful. Ciao, Pablo. Danke dir. Danke, dass du da warst. Schönen Abend noch. Mach's gut. Ja, danke dir. Danke. Schönen Abend noch. Hau rein. Mach's gut. Yeah, I'm happy it's helpful. I don't know, like sometimes just sharing stuff. I think if we try to focus much on like trying to make good work, we often get away from the natural evolution of the own artistic interest. You know, so I'm really triggered by the skin. I really would like to punch more values into the skin, but I think the tendency is very big that I overdo it, especially around this area here. But I just stay away from it. I kind of like it. In a way, I will go add a bit of ink on top, pushing ambient occlusion shadows, and then maybe do another one. Maybe do a crazier one. Is it that what it's called? Glass skin makeup? Yeah, the thing is like I wanted to push the subsurface scattering on the cheek. I wanted to keep it like relatively bright here. That's why I also added like the blue part. But I don't know if the form change of the surface comes across that good. Because I feel like that could be stronger, since form is always the highest priority in rendering. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm trying too much of a logical standpoint rather than just leaving it, you know. But what I definitely gonna do is gonna punch in some last ink into it. Yeah, I will do. Okay. So I think I'm gonna switch paper. Or how about we switch into Sketchbook? We can also switch into Sketchbook. Let's do Sketchbook. I'm a bit more loose on Sketchbook. So yeah, I think that's how I would leave it. Yeah, there's some areas that I feel like I could have put more emphasis on the tonal change, but there's still a little bit of stuff missing. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I go in there now again, then it starts also to kill a little bit the look of it. And I wanted to keep the lower part relatively light so that there is more contrast on the top part. It looks a little bit like a lemon. Like if she has a lemon head. Kind of funny. Anyways. This sticker, by the way, is by Jaquan Park. He gifted this to me. He's a really cool guy. Okay. Time for more crazy stuff. How do I do this? The only problem here is my microphone is right next to me. just need to make sure that I can talk in it and see this here in front. Okay, let me see. Does this work? Okay. Can we start a fresh page just for you folks? We can even use a bit of watercolor in it. Since the sketchbook is really great to do that. Okay, let's go. Just go to sleep, Nat. Just go sleeping. Just go to sleep. Still, I'm just in a fan. Have my mind on you. So true. True. Na 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 na. I probably blow on this freaking microphone now, so I apologize if that's too much the case. Because it's right under my nose. Welcome to Brazil, I guess. Hey Boris, how are you? How was your day? How's it going? How was your day? You hate the noise part? Yeah, I can imagine. For somebody who's overly sensitive to noise, especially, I guess. Boris, how was your day? Just came back from work, nice. Time to relax. How much more do you have to work until Christmas? You have to work over the Christmas days? You're done for December. That's good. Good news. Good news. I'm not. Not at all. But I mean, for me it's also probably different. I don't hate my work. Not implying that you do, but just saying. You're happy about the time off? Hey Bert, am I Haley? Welcome to stream, how's it going? Designs reminds you of Lost Civilization meets Modern Day Trip? I don't know. Maybe if that's the case, cool. I have like no... The only intention I had to let my hand go, and I want to use only blue. I like blue. That's it. Like, that's the beauty of a sketchbook. Like, I have no, like, I don't need to have any obligations, expectations, regulations, and all that stuff. Right. Just wanted to use some blue. But it's, I already say that it's really different here using the sketchbook than the expensive paper we used before. Like, the paper is taking it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh damn. Well, I want to say it was a wonderful stream, everyone. Sorry, my camera just went off. I think the battery just... I don't know what's happened. Oh shit. Sorry, everyone. The camera battery just ran out. I didn't plug the electric cable in properly. I'm really sorry for the stream today. So to make it quick, thanks everyone for joining. Thanks for being here. I hope you liked the almost 2 hours we had today. Sorry for the camera lag, won't happen again. I wish you all a wonderful Christmas. Enjoy the time with your family. We won't have a stream next week unless I will give an update on socials. Other than that, see you in the new year approximately, and I appreciate you all. It was great, and yeah, sorry, I do apologize. I don't know, I didn't plug the electric cable properly in. Now the camera's off. Nothing I can really do about it, and everything is black. So yeah, sorry, but still, I wish you a wonderful evening. Thanks for being here, and cheers. Enjoy the time with your family, and yeah,